Okay, so I'm going to be talking about the solutions that we came up with to resolve the balance of contract issue that we've got going on with North Star. So obviously the main problem to the process is that it takes way too long. So to resolve this issue, we've come up with a way to cut the time almost in half. So this is how it will be done. So first of all, the communication between departments was cut down to dealing with just the sales rep and the customer care. So this just cuts out way too many outside people getting involved and increasing the time it takes for the process to complete. And then when the customer calls in and states the balance of contract issue, the issue is gathered by customer care and recorded in Sedona, and then bullet points are sent to the sales support by email, and then customer care then contacts the customer and informs them that the issue goes directly to the advertising director of their area and that they will try and get the original sales rep on the phone to assist with the issue. And then customer care gets the rep on the phone and explains the situation, and then he transfers them to the customer once the rep knows what the problem is. If the customer care is unable to get the rep on the phone, then they'll leave a detailed voicemail for the rep, just explaining the problem with the customer contact information so they can get a hold of the customer, and then they'll let the customer know that the advertising director will be contacting them within the next 72 hours. Then customer care will also give the customer the rep's contact information so that they can get a hold of the rep whenever they need to. And then sales support has to put the customer information into the BOC doc for a 3-day follow-up. Next, the sales rep will then arrange to pay off the balance with the customer. So this was just to notify, and they will notify the sales support by email of this as well. And then this is one of the most effective changes to the BOC process that we came up with, because by making the sales rep responsible and taking care of the issue, it cuts out other departments that don't really need to get involved, and so this decreases some of the time. After the sales rep has taken responsibility for the bill, the sales support will verify with the customer that the rep has contacted them and they have a resolution to the problem. And then the sales rep will personally send a check to the customer for the amount of the final bill. Sales support will then give the customer the company's contact information over the phone and let them know to contact them if there are any issues or problems. By the end of this process, the customer no longer has a bill, so they no longer have a bill with their previous alarm company, so only with the one with North Star. If for any reason the sales rep doesn't follow up, sales support will contact the customer and inquire if the rep has made contact. And if the rep hasn't made contact, then the sales support will inform the customer that they'll be receiving a letter in the next 5 days with the information they need to help resolve their BOC. An email then will be sent to the sales rep, regional manager Mason Moyer, and Adam Bailey of failure to contact the customer. And the email will indicate that the corporate office will be helping to resolve the balance of contract along with the rep due to the lack of communication from the sales rep. At this time, there will be the $100 fee will be assessed. And then the letter to the customer will outline what needs to be done to get the previous alarm company balance paid off. Phone, email, and corporate information will be included in this letter as well. The letter contact will be recorded in Sedona and onto the BOC doc. If for any reason the balance has not been reported by the customer after 14 days of the letter being sent, then the corporate office will contact the customer by a second letter indicating that they haven't received the final payoff amount. And then the letter will state that they may be unable to pay off the amount due to the lack of response from the customer, so it's kind of put on the customer at that point. After this point, the communication will stop with the customer, and Sedona will be noted on the action taken. The customer will be removed from the contact list, and that's basically the end of the process. These changes cut the process time of the BOC from 49 260 days to 7 to 90 days. So we shorten the process just like we intended to.